So, Ketan, should we get started? It's already 7:02.
Yes, we should. Okay, let's get started then. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining in for this second webinar, I think. Something on the AI stuff, something on, we just thought about having something on product test. Maybe not a right English word. If you go back to dictionary, you won't find the word there. But that's how AI is crafting things, which you don't believe. Just go and add or go and use it like that. So I like the word product test because that's going to be more of how AI is going to make us in the world of product going forward. So let me quickly share my screen. I just want to check on, I hope I'm audible and visible as well.
Yes, Ketan.
Yes.
All right, now I'm going to share my screen up. Let me know if my screen is there for you.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, fine. Okay, let's start. We have just 22 participants in the call. I hope people will be joining in. Let's move forward. So again, from the last time, what we want from you this session is, just be curious, ask questions at the end. You've got a Zoom chat box where you can put your questions there. You can also going to be having a polls, but there's going to be a poll only on the Zoom chat itself, which I'm going to be asking some questions. And just participate in that. We'll see how we shape up the activity in this session with some learnings from last time. But moreover, it's more important for you to be curious and see and do challenge me in the course of the entire session. I want you to bring in your humanness to the fullest. There's a reason I'm saying that. So going forward, I hope you're able to see the picture. I want you all to write on the Teams on the Zoom chat what this picture means to you, what this picture indicates to you. Quickly. Heart leads the brain, okay? Yes. Emotional intelligence, okay? Both mind and heart and mind go together. Heart is expressive and brain is protective. Here, heart and brain should go hand in hand, a balanced approach, okay? Anything else? Okay, no one? I'm not sure if I'm able to see more views coming from others. All right, walking in the rain represents difficulties, all right? Try to be as creative as you can. You're looking at the heart and the brain. Look at the way the umbrella has been tilted down and up with both brain and heart. Okay, fair enough. They're together in difficult situations. Yeah, good. Utilizing the rainwater, okay? Okay, so I'm going to come back to here as, this is exactly how, with all my learnings, I've been trying to get in. And when I go and interact with a lot of people, with learnings everywhere, it's all about that we face, what AI is going to do to us. And there are all the showers of ambiguousness, uncertainty, sometimes as showers or rain droplets of fear coming on our brain. But how are we going to use it in future? Is it some because most of the brains have been taken up by the world of AI everywhere? And that's where I think the desire from inside, how we can use the current situation to shape up in a good way comes in. And there's a comparison between a human judgment and the LLM judgment. Okay, this is basically a difference here. But let me take a very small example to you. One fine day in one of my sessions, somebody asked a question, what's the difference between artificial intelligence and machine learning? And a very great thought came to my mind right from my childhood that, AI was always like the number of homeworks we got in school. And for me, specifically, I'm not quoting anybody else here, machine learning or ML was a kind of scoldings or the beatings I got from my mother, not to do the homework, but to get in the zone to do it. And that is exactly how this all has been linked again. The more humanness has been transferred into the world of AI everywhere. So if I take a simple example here that, if I'm sitting on a weekend and suddenly in my house, one of my unplanned guests comes in, how does the human judgment works there? Our sensory and social information says that we're supposed to go out, but we now can't. The first sentence we get is, why are you here? We can't say that, but we have. The perception builds up in a way that, we are not much comfortable at that point of time because to break the plan. Our memory and prior experiences shows that, this has been have to be planned well and how we can plan it in the future as well. The emotion and motivation at the house is quite alarming because the plans that I have with my wife is supposed to get compromised now. There's no motivation unless the guest plans to go out early, or we basically do something that he or she gets out of the home that easily. It is not going to be the case until they have a good lunch or good meal. And similarly, you need to have reasoning and reflection, which human judgment does it quickly. That's how we have been made up of with consciousness and in intellect. This all comes in quite quickly to us. When you do that using LLMs, that is large language model, it's more about you have to feed things because you need to have textual input or some way of workflow steps converted into multiple tokenizations. Each token goes in, binds to, right? Each token basically goes in, matches to the closest required word to match it together and get the solution to us, understands the pattern. So many things have been done. So this is just a comparison of how today focus towards right hand side is more towards. I think somebody's can you please mute yourself? Thank you. Yeah. So based on this, it was more about how we can compare these two here. That was the whole objective. But to go further, it's the fear of brain versus the bravery of heart. That is going to be always the case going forward in the world of AI because all the time you might see agents and agentic AI and all these words coming in, which is going to anyways make us feel, what's happening and how we should basically sustain ourselves. So again, the way of our human judgment is going to be more succumb to the creativity, but we should be focused towards how we can be brave enough to learn new things and implement it. Going forward, a question to all of you. What is Copilot and what is AI agent? You can use your Zoom chat. And if you don't know clearly, you can say no or yes, that's okay. Are you aware of Copilot and AI agent? What is it? And if so, what does it mean? That's fine to say no. Even I had that question few months back, or maybe a year ago, and even I didn't know what it is. The world was saying co-pilot. I used to feel there are two pilots running across the organization. A co-pilot is when we are in the driving seat. All right. Any other views? You can use your Zoom chat. Okay. Co-pilot aids you while AI agent might do autonomously. All right. Assistant to help automate support human. Good one. Any other views? Any other insights? Yeah, agent are good at specific task or niche. Okay. Copilot assist, AI agent replaces. A good one. Agents act independently. Good. So AI agent helps in automating repetitive tasks, whereas Copilot makes the work easier, such as drafting emails, providing suggestions. Okay. Okay, fine. Let's go further. For me, Copilot is like a younger brother. Okay. I can tell him or I can get some assistance from him, but sometimes I cannot rely on him completely because I feel he's younger. And being an elder brother, I always have the feeling that I am the one who can do everything. And that's the kind of feeling I used to get. So an agent is like a friend who can do everything for you. And you trust him because he's your friend. That's how it is. But again, this is a difference which is basically coming based on the perspective of the humans. But here, it is more on the practicality of it. So, so if suppose we have a new co-worker at home, so that's husband and wife discussing together. Wife saying you're not doing the work done, you're not getting the job done. Often that I'm saying you, and that's my story all the time. And then I come and say that we have a new co-worker here. So if a co-worker is co-pilot, it says whatever you told me, I helped you, and I can decide. I can share with you. I can assist you something. But an AI agent, if a co-worker is an AI agent, it means that you told me and I did it. So that's the difference here. Copilot can only assist you. It can provide assistance. It can provide answers to you with some suggestions to decide. An agent is completely a way of whatever a flow you want it to execute or task you want to do it, it can do it autonomously, provided your approval is completely required as a human to basically perform the complete action of an agent. That's what these two are different into. You might have heard this, you might have experienced this. All the answers are correct on that line. But the difference is only about assistance and doing things here step by step in an autonomous way. But more than autonomous way also, an AI agents need human intervention to provide the go ahead. So it all comes down to the basics, which we talked in the last webinar as well. But I'm just repeating this again that it all comes down to three things: data, algorithm, and model. So again, giving an example here, just that whenever you go back, and if I really want to understand, uh, what are the best possible food joints in a city like Pune, I will have my data available to me. I have to provide that input already there, which is there in your LLMs. All your large language models are having a database repository where they get it. Algorithm is maybe a best possible food eatery which is famous in Pune that I want, which has good review comments. People eat that the most. It's a local to the region. I want that. This is the logic I'm trying to bring in. And based on the data available in logic, a model is a pattern that maps to whatever my algorithm wants. So if I want to have something that a lot of Pune folks here eat in India, then my model is going to go back and match the pattern close to whatever is the best possible available and get me as a predicted outcome, which comes down to me very nicely. So these three is the basic crux of your machine learning, which is again the basic of your generative AI and is the only basic source in terms of your agent creation as well. So if you are on the journey to learn AI, these three are the key pillars to understand. How does data comes in? How does your algorithm works? What do you want? Your logic, and how based on that logic, what is the closest predictive pattern your model can think to get you the response. So these three things articulates any kind of deep diving AI niche coming nowadays. Let it be agentic, let it be AI agents or co-pilots. So going forward, I have a question to all of you. What is agentic AI now? You talked about co-pilot, assistance, AI agent to do things on their own. What is agentic AI? And do you feel is it really different than the AI agents? You can use a Zoom, you can use a Zoom chat. No idea. That's good. Even I didn't have an idea earlier. Autonomous, yeah. And this is the whole aspect of this basics of what it is, how it basically differ here. Why, when you go in organizations, everybody say we have an agentic AI framework, we have our agentic AI platform, but what is that platform supposed to do, and how it is different than what a normal agents can do? Personalized AI is what Anamika says. Yeah, a sort of yes. Anybody else? Can adjust the changing conditions by information. It can do that internally if that kind of features or that kind of permissions are given to it. Surely, I think it's the same. An AI model built to be 100% agent. Great. Any other views? Okay, let's go further. And I have an image, but I will translate that into English as well. Uh, okay, so this is again a story for me. Again, just relate that to me, and the code, the message written that is in basically a local language, but I'm going to convert that here. So a wife is saying, that I'm asking you, or maybe my wife is asking to me that I'm asking you, okay, for the last time, who has thrown the garbage on the floor? And I'm responding, I felt that gravity will very cleanly attract it towards himself to the dustbin. That's a kind of a message. It's been there just to give it a lighter note. But the whole idea is that when you have an AI stuff like this on the left hand side and says, don't be scared, I'll do it all, you have something where multiple workflows of multiple agents come together to do all the work in the flow for you together. That's what is agentic AI. Where if suppose you want to create a cup of tea, you have an agent who can create a cup of tea by the steps you have given to it. All right. And based on the final version coming to you, you can approve it. But if you ask an agent to make tea, coffee, and more lime juices as well, maybe one agent can't do it. You would need multiple agents to do all these things. When you club all these agents flow together to get a tea and coffee and juice as well, that is something is called as an agentic AI. You need to have multiple flows going together. And this is completely autonomous because every action of every agent, if it is an input to the other agent, you are giving the authority and permission to allow it to flow in that, to get that workflow completed. We're going to see that through a demo as well when you come to understand how it is. So for that matter, in my case, if suppose uh, if I'm not, if I'm not disciplined at home, what is it that I can do? For me, I doing all the course, everything together, getting disciplined to manage everything at my home is a kind of an agentic version of me. When you say agentic word itself means something in the flow, right? When you say you are sympathetic to somebody, it means that you want to understand the emotion, right? You also want to see how you are empathetic. Empathetic means you're proactively understanding the person, okay, being very good to him, being very nice to him, and give him the aura where he or she can be comfortable. And we do that often, all of us every day. That's the behavior. That's the reason empathetic is a behavior. Sympathetic is again about being concerned about anybody who has been having some discomfort. Similar way, when you say agentic AI is getting a behavior which is having going towards multiple actions, multiple flow of actions to multiple agents is agentic AI. So that's what the difference is, which I also earlier misunderstood a few months back. But then when I gone through a demonstrations and crafted some agents, I came to know what it basically means. So on that lines, I'm taking a simple example. Suppose if you need dinner right now and want to order something, and if I'm doing something right, it's a famous dish from Pune. It's called a schema pav, and I like it the most. So I'm going to say, today's my agentic AI workflow will say that today this is a special dish, but based on your taste and suggestion, I feel that whatever you have ordered so far, I would be ordering something like maybe a bread butter kind of a thing with no pav, with only keema to you. Okay, keema is a dish which is quite a clustered way of spicy granules coming together. It could be in veg or it could be any other dish. But my agentic AI flow says, based on the memory I had, based on the analysis I'm doing, this is what I would like to get the order done for you. So a lot of multiple thinking, thought process, and implementation. So a difference of AI agents. Agents will always have input, will have a process which you basically set for them and get the output. Whereas agentic AI will have three things in place: a memory, a network, a trigger of analysis. We're going to see this in detail through an example as well. So that's the basic difference between copilots, AI agents, and most precisely agentic AI. So if I take up this approach of having a dinner right now, I need dinner ready by 7 p.m. My AI agent's approach is I would need to have a recipe bot. Here are 47 recipes. I can have a timer bot, set timer for how long, grocery bot, what ingredients I need, and cooking bot give me exact steps to cook. I still have to coordinate everything myself because here you need to give approval for each of these to get that done. This is one of the AI agents flow, how it basically works. To do an agentic AI approach, okay, for the same thing, maybe smart husband thinks and acts like, you basically do all of these things together. And all of these steps been done completely autonomously is where you can say it's an agentic AI approach to form an agent or maybe a flow where you can get the dinner done quickly. So that's the difference in a very simplistic and a minimal way to understand these two. But let's see a multi-agent that crafts artifacts of product centricity. I'm going to show a demonstration to you. And then there's going to be a small 5-minute activity with all of you. And I think we have 30 in the call. So it's better we can just open the floor up and discuss all together. And you can share your insights as well. So that way we can go and do it. So let me go back and share my screen. Just a second. I'll just stop here for a minute. I hope I'm audible, guys, and it's all okay.
Yes,
Let me,
Ketan, we can hear you.
okay, fine.
Yes.
All right. So this is how should I hide this? Let me find it not here. This is one of the agent I I basically crafted called as credit product MVP agentic workflow. And I have a business scenario here. Look at this. I want a next gen bank who's basically aims to launch a green credit line, a kind of a product, a banking product for eco-friendly home improvements. The product targets environmentally with conscious homeowners seeking favorable items for sustainable upgrades like solar panels, EV chargers, and energy efficient renovations. This is my scenario, and this is a multi-agent system for rapid product development. So the theme for this webinar was about product centricity, and we all want to see how we can be using or leveraging the concepts of agentic AI or multi-workflow or AI agents to see how it basically works. So basically, I am having multiple agents here. Okay, I'm going to explain you what it basically does. So I have an orchestrator agent who's going to give me a step-by-step activity of what my agent is going to do for all of them. Right now, I have a product discovery agent whose job is to basically define core value proposition, identify must-have features, establish product boundaries for MVP scope. I want a minimum viable product kind of a flow that for my customer, for my team as well, to know how and what they're supposed to work on. Second is a market research agent who basically can do a competitor and segment analysis based on the current dimension of market. That is there anything like this? about green credit product line or green credit product in the banking sector that can help to give assistance to the customers on eco-friendly home improvements. Compliance agent, are there the regulatory and policy check? I have an agent for that. Customer journey agent, very important, that how does my customer journey go? You should have key touch points. Any technical architecture agent can understand and can let me know what technical stack and integration point should be understood at an enterprise level, and a risk assessment agent about this. So now what I do is, based on the scenario, in current world, we need, or if we don't have agents, we basically go and do prompt engineering, right? That's exactly how the AI world started. We go to the prompt, we understand the prompt, take the prompt as an input, go and discuss with the team and come back. But now when you have specific tasks being added, why each agent has been crafted to train to generate something. At the same time, I'm linking each and every agent's output, the input to the other agent, so that my workflow can be completed. At this point of time, be with me on understanding the output coming here. Okay. So I'm going to run the workflow. The moment I run the workflow, my orchestrator agent is telling me what is actually happening step by step. And look at the below. The state of my each agent is marking as complete because it's all running in parallel behind the scenes. So the current situation, because our scenario of next gen is basically for a UK market, it basically tells me the credit for green credit line, you need to have 29%, annual percentage rate for certified eco improvements of where you are. You can provide a loan range up to this much of amount to the customers that they can take up. Fast track approval for energy performance and certified projects. And you also need to understand that you basically have carbon offset tracking in mobile applications. So that's a product discovery agent. Market research says that homeowners of 30 to 55, maybe this is basically the age, with income of this, you can target them. Gap identified. No UK bank offers this right now. A competitor range is like this. Annual percentage rate is between this percentage. Market size or market cap for this is pound 2.3 billion right now for lending, if they really want to go with green line, a green product with a credit. And the recommended launch is Q2, peak renovation season. This is how my agent from market research shows the task has been done. Third comes the compliance agent. It basically takes a dummy data app and put there. Don't take it in a complete way. This is just to showcase right now. But you have something on the duty coming from FCA or some kind of a compliance that you basically can go and form it. How much of a cooling time can be that can you basically provide. If I go to my customer journey agent, it showcases 5-step application, eligibility, quote, verify, sign, fund. What is basically, this is basically for the customer coming for the loan or coming for the credit line to get some benefit. So 5 steps of customer journey. Based on that, you can upload. You can have contractor marketplace coming in the phase 2 or suggestion there. Technical architecture agent tells us what kind of technology as a high level you can work on. Risk assessment can to provide what risk could be there. If a credit score is not there between a customer, it's basically a problem. You can't provide that. So a synthesized MVP blueprint, a product definition. What are your MVP scope boundaries? Get an online app for existing customers first. Do some EPC verification. It's completely upon the your green verification. What are the key success metrics and goal live readiness? This is overall a flow coming in right now based on the business scenario given to it. Look at the way the multiple agents are working here, right? And getting some information coming in, which can be handy enough for my team of product owners or product managers to go and start the thinking line from here of what they can do. But based on that, suppose I basically work on and basically go on and I worked on this just a prototyping version. I worked on that. I need to basically now create a product backlog out of it. So based on the MVP insight here, I took that up and basically formed a next gen bank green credit lines, epics and features. So look at the epic based on the MVP. You got eligibility pre-check, green project selection, income and affordability capture. It is also suggesting me which should be the priority, which should be the points, a suggestive way of how you can convert these epics into which sprints to go. So you have epic one, then you have epic two. I can just go on and basically map it. But all of them are having these ways of how many epics could be there internally, how many epics should have which features to work upon. So backlog summary is 6 total epics, 24 features. It has given us its own ways of thinking. It's basically 156 story points and how many of priority and low and high. I'm going to take a pause here. A lot of things have been shown right now. I want to open the floor here for all of you. How does it feel to you, first of all, by seeing these two flow? You can use your Zoom chat to express your views. I've just shown a product centricity or discovery right from a scenario. How does the agent craft at high level? And then we come down to the level where epics and features are coming in. In the entirety of this flow, how do you feel about this? Okay. Well organized, end-to-end transformation by smart use of technology. Good. We can go more right. We can start crafting stories into the backlog. If all this has been done, now the question is, what's the role of product manager, right? There is a role there. How can we use this? Okay, good question. It's high time for us to get ahead of the curve to not be left behind, right? Absolutely. So this has been thought a lot and organized because I did a lot of basic mistakes here initially while crafting this because every agent requires a lot of work. Every architecture requires a lot of work, and which is basically a troublesome sometimes to see how basically we can work on, right? So going back again here, now I want you guys to think for 5 minutes and maybe not sure if we can do this. Maybe Dipti, you can have a 5 minute breakout rooms for everybody if possible.
Yes, yes, I can do that.
Right. So, yeah. Before that, the question to all of you is, okay, you have seen this now. All right. I want you to challenge this. And I want you that what is it? What is it that agent can do more to easier? And what is it that product team should keep continue doing? It's a very important question. I'm going to take that up. Okay. And we'll paste it here. All of your significance. I cannot share this link right now because it is still prototyping on under some kind of proprietary rights here. But I've shown you what it is. The only thing I want here is first of all, how you can think about so many things have been shown right from discovery, and then we basically came down to stories and everything. So overall, what is it that you really feel is that you should be keep doing it? So let's have a 5 minute discussion. You just get into a call, get into a breakout room for 5 minutes and come back and quickly in 1 minute share across what your views as a team have been. We had this. We saw this basically this particular view right now. An epic view, you say that how the story points are coming. The way we do in if we go in a team, we discuss, we understand from everybody's experiences the complexity, and then we come with one score. Similarly, AI also goes back and in this repository see if the such story or feature are there, what the story point could be, because it's a relative sizing. So it's not about being correct or wrong here. Whatever AI gives you is a suggestive measure, which can help you to ensure that your starting line to think is more ahead than where it was earlier. So that was all objective, right? So I have this epic view. I also have a sprint board view, which sprint should contain what. It has also been published here, kind of a suggestion. But still, that question haunted me. And then I thought of having an ethical backlog. So look at this. I started implementing these factors that how we can have ethical imperatives embedded for the backlog creation at a lowest level. So this backlog embeds ethical imperatives across all the features, ensuring responsible AI usage, fair lending practices, transparency. How is it concerned? Algorithmic fairness, explainability, human oversight, vulnerable protection. So this has been inculcated right now for each of them. So if you see here, each ethic internal to every feature, it has taken the foundation whether it has been fair or bias monitoring has been done or not. So continuous monitoring framework to detect and remediate algorithmic decisions. It has understand the ethical imperatives, and based on that, it is mentioned about what acceptance criteria should be for that particular features. So it's going in the foundation level for each of them. If I go here in depth, it basically maps to each of them. So this has been done at the feature level, how we can implement. It can go back and do more for highest level as well. This is how it basically came down to ensure that, can we implement these ethical guidelines as well or not? Now, coming back to this, one more thing this agent is not having is the final human approval. Do we need? Yes, we need it. Are we allowing it to be approved, or do you really want to modify it? It's not there. So based on that, these are the combinations which is basically been worked upon to collaborate and make that possible happen. Right. I have a question again, implementation of ethical imperatives here. Okay. Ethical guidelines here. I think I see here. And whatever agents you have seen so far. I have a question to all of you, and I want that to be answered in the Zoom chat. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being low effective, 10 being high effective, how do you see these agents? Are they effective, not effective for you? 10 being highly effective, 1 means not effective. You can put the number straight away there. Oh, great. 4, 6, 4, mixed. 7. No idea. Good one. Because we've been talking about challenging it. We've been talking about more about how we can nourish this more further. But based on this and the basic concept of this, when you see for the first time the way it is, we all think, this is something great that we can use it. More that we go in and use it, this is how we basically start to learn. And that's exactly the whole approach of, because these agents were crafted with some mistakes that you basically can go and, basically we can collaboratively nourish it. So coming back to this, the whole objective of this is how the future looks like. How is going the future look like now? And this is something I've been visualizing from my experiences, and even I've seen in multiple organizations across how it is basically shaping up. The future is heading towards like this. It's basically heading towards having an AI assisted squads. You surely will be there, but the game is all about whether you know agentics, you know agents, you know AI. There might be some shared roles. A typical AI assisted squad or team would look like this. You would surely have agentic developers and quality engineers coming in very soon. No specific technology guys would be there after a year or two. But surely you would have a Gen AI strategist, understood and understanding Gen AI, Scrum Masters, or product owners who basically understand how to craft and use agentics to generate something from where they can get it more agile, get more agility. It's all about getting things quicker a lot, right? This is a way of how it could be. We were talking about user stories. Maybe a backlog items will map directly to MVP now. You might not have to work upon stories anymore. You might have to go and work on features completely. That's how it's going to be more agile and based on more outcome-based things rather than generating the outputs. So this is what is the way it is going through. And despite this agentics coming in, we have to go and nourish it. Just go back and understand the experience you had to see these agents. The more you saw the agent, the more you feel that, yeah, the effort is getting reduced. At the same time, we are questioning, our line of thinking is getting changed. We are thinking, what is it more, which is not there, that we as a human can bring in? And that is the whole aspect here. That our roles, our existence being professionals is going to be always there. It is all about nourishing the thought process, with whatever AI's evolution is. So based on that, some key takeaways of the session I really want to provide you is, we have to evolve from output to outcome. Every single aspect coming in now will map towards outcome using AI. Maybe it is coming about how we can co-create things with AI agents. We have to accelerate the product discovery and overall product discovery, not only discovery, a centricity to deliver products, how we can improvise flow of value. So let AI be a good servant to us in many ways and define our own thinking to accelerate our own ways of working. But let's be human centric with whatever cultural agility we have. And let's not driven away or influence away with AI. Let's use it effectively. So that was all about this. Post this, about the session that I had, and I still got 4 minutes to go. But that's where I would like to take some questions if anybody has. Before that, a call to action for everybody is, if you are uncertain in the AI era, very, very important thing, we all need to get AI enabled. If you are AI enabled, the answer is execution. And if you are executing, the answer is consistency. It is not about whether you know Copilot agents or agentic AI. The important thing here is that using AI doesn't mean that you know AI. The world is not about prompt engineering anymore. Just understanding prompts, doing different prompts in AI, it doesn't mean that you are AI enabled. To be AI enabled, we have to get in depth to understand the basics of how agents are crafted. What is machine learning? And maybe upcoming year is going to be more robust and fast in terms of understanding this. So how we can get AI enabled is about learning the basics and implementing to the core of it. That's how each role should establish. I'm repeating again, using AI for your own effort reduced benefit doesn't mean that you're AI enabled. AI enablement is all about getting the hands dirty and understanding how we can craft agent for our own success. Thank you, everybody, and I'll take some questions if you have any.
Ketan, before we actually
Yeah,
go to the questions, will it be okay if I just make an announcement?
yeah, absolutely. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
So, friends, we are also planning a one-day workshop in January by Ketan. Okay, I am going to share so thank you, Ketan, for sharing the slide, but I am also going to share the details about that particular workshop in the Zoom chat. Okay, so please take a look at it, and I'm sure you will be more interested in, digging in further in these concepts. So only for the participants who are there in this session today, this will be a paid workshop, full day workshop on a Saturday, 31st of Jan. And the fees will be 9,438 including taxes, but only for participants who are paying today, and obviously you all, it is going to be 4,718. So the payment link is there in the Zoom chat, and the scanner is there on the screen. So will they provide it by the end of the workshop? Yes, but the certificate will be from ScaleUp Consultants. So certificate will be provided, and we are also planning to conduct PSPO AI by Vineet Patni, and I'll be sharing more details in the WhatsApp groups as well. So thank you so much, Ketan.
Yep. Any questions, please?
We have few more minutes, please. Any questions?
So, one quick question for this workshop. Are you going to take any hands-on or something? Because I doubt we'll have access to all the tools what you're planning to showcase or to teach us.
Well, it's going to be a hands-on thing. It's going to be more about how basically you go and craft it. But there are free versions from where you can start up. Now, many organizations, I'm going to tell you, have taken up the private versions of Anthropic for all of their employees. So there are different ways, there are different tools which initially when you start hands-on of how you craft and how you create your step-by-step process, you would need to have a free version of it to go with. So for example, I can,
Yeah, if you can give an example and we can try.
I can't give, can't give all the examples,
No,
but
no,
still I
just
will
one
share something with you.
example.
So this is a basic platform OpenAI.com agent builder.
Hello.
So hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. Do we
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
bring
yeah.
our laptops here?
Yeah, we will just let
Yeah,
Ketan finish.
Sorry.
yeah. So this simple example here, you see a start, you see guardrails here, agents. You basically make them work what you basically want to do it. So you basically have OpenAI.com. We basically go and craft something here where you basically get the feeling of how you can do an agent. See, the workshop is not about prompt engineering. I'm very, very clear on that. And the whole value here is not about being AI Scrum Master or AI Product Owner. Okay, that is something not the way it is. We are here to understand how we can enable, how we can learn, and you can be in a position to understand what agent is, how you can feel the agent, how you can craft simple agents which can be more efficient for you, how you can understand and can map up your role tomorrow in coming years with the squads or teams which are going to be transferring into agentics. Now, hell lot of thing, yeah, we will take some time. Approvals are required by the time a lot of AI stuff are going ahead, right? So the workshop is all designed to understand how these basic tools can be used to understand how agent creation has been done. Even your organization is having co-pilots. So if I go here, where is my co-pilot? Look at this. Every team is having, every organization is having a co-pilot. We'll try to see if we can use co-pilot to count something like that. You basically have a lot of different ways of how you can do things. If you type here agent, right? Even it is going to give agent, it is going to give us the way of how agent works. So we have to understand different ways of how it basically works. It basically goes and work. You basically can go and deep think about it, how the co-pilot vision comes in picture, how your agent builder can start here, and how I can share it here inside. There are a lot of things to go in. You're going to start with a simple workshop of few use cases and how you basically can go and drive it. So that's the whole objective. Tools initially going to be the free versions to use, but at the end, when you go and extensively use it and practice it, you anyways have to see, how you would like to be associated with the tools ahead. I hope I answered the question. I think there was another question as well.
Yes, Mansi, please go ahead now.
Yeah. Do we have to get our laptops or what will be the case?
Absolutely. If you can get a laptop, that would be great because it's going to be more of your version. So if you get laptops, that's going to be more crucial and easy. It's going to be anyways. Maybe we will have more details been published in the upcoming, communications. So maybe you will get all those informations as and when it comes in.
Okay. Thanks.
Any other questions? Sorry, share.
Okay, if there are no more questions, and we are already 4 minutes, ahead. So, if there are no more, are there any more questions? Otherwise, we'll close the session. Okay. Thank you so much, Ketan, for your time,
Yep.
for sharing your insights. It was a wonderful session. I'm sure everybody would have loved it. And we will be sharing the video recording also of this session with you all. And for the updates about our next meetups and workshops, please, either contact us or we will be sharing it in the WhatsApp groups as well. I think there's a question from Aryan.
Is the OpenAI platform agent free? Yeah, till the time you feel it is free, it is free. So it is more about that, when you start using it, initially for the few tokens, till a point of time, it's going to be free. And then provided about after that, you will extensively use it. I'm not sure if it's been used earlier, but it will surely charge after some sessions.
Thank you so much, Ketan. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. Thank you very much. Thanks,
Thank you.
everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.